Hello. How do I sound?
1, 2, 3. Good. I think.
Good.
How do I sound?
Sound good to me.
Nice sweatshirt.
Nice sweatshirt to you too.
Thank you. I steamed it.
What?
It was so wrinkled. It was so, and you know what I realized, Madeline?
What?
Sometimes the difference between, like, I'll look at pictures of people in clothes on, like,
people in clothes.
If I'm looking at clothes on a website, I'm like, why do they look so, like, neat and cool? And it's because their clothes aren't wrinkly.
Yeah, it's steamed, and they're probably clipped in the back to actually make it fit them exactly how it should.
See, you know this.
Tricks of the trade.
You know this.
Tricks of the trade.
Well, yours is cooler.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing repping my T-Swizzle.
That's a tough one.
You don't like that?
No, I support you in every... Okay, this is fine.
Hi, Charlotte.
Madeline, how you doing?
Are you going to surprise me every week now with a new greeting?
Like, it didn't even... it's just come out of me. It's just happened.
I believe it just came out of you.
You're like, yeah, no, you didn't plan that.
How's it going?
Great.
I'm
so...
Man.
There was the most shocking trade in NBA history. And we're going to break it down. It's a Monday.
It's a Monday, yes.
Which is different.
It's different for us. Usually, if you're listening or watching this, it comes to your YouTube page or ears on Tuesdays.
Yes. However, I will be at the Super Bowl at Radio Row Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're recording a little bit earlier. If you're going to be there, or, I'll try to bring you some behind-the-scenes stuff, but it's really like a convention center. So.
Yeah, that's it.
But also, we just could not wait to talk about Luka Doncic being traded from the Mavs to the Lakers.
It is so shocking, and there's so much to say, and we will be getting into it very shortly.
Yes, and if you don't know why it's shocking, this is the right place.
Yes,
for you.
Correct.
We'll make you realize what a seismic moment.
It's monumental.
It's unprecedented.
We live in unprecedented times.
Okay, I'm not even gonna go there, but I'm like, it's all pretty precedented now.
Yeah, correct.
So, but this was not.
No.
First, however, there was a Grammy-related sports thing, and you can all probably guess where we're going with that.
That is true. Miss Taylor Allison Swift attended the Grammys wearing a short, sparkly Vivienne Westwood red number with a T charm on her upper thigh. Was it Chiefs Kingdom red? I think so.
I think it was.
I think
it was like the Pantone color of the Chiefs.
I think that's correct.
And I also think the fact that it was Vivienne Westwood in that bodice, that's what she wears during Tortured Poets when she sings about Travis.
Whoa.
When she sings So High School and But Daddy I Love Him.
You're so right. Yeah, I also think we texted about this, but that the T, I know most people might think it is for Taylor's version maybe or something, which that could possibly be true. But I'm like, is it for Travis?
I think it's for Travis.
I think it's for Travis.
And I think, the song Guilty as Sin on Tortured Poets?
Yes.
Where she says, what if he's written mine on my upper thigh?
Correct.
That's where the T was.
That's where the T was.
Also, I sort of love it because, obviously as Taylor Swift fans, you look at what she wore to award shows and you're like, what is she teasing? When are we going to get Reputation Taylor's version, blah, blah, blah. But I really think this was an Easter egg for football.
I agree.
Which is crazy.
Crazy. A sentence I never thought would come out of your mouth ever.
Right?
Crazy. It definitely was an Easter egg for the Super Bowl for sure. Do you think she's going to wear Vivienne Westwood to the Super Bowl?
If she does, then it's proof that this outfit was for Travis.
Correct.
Well, didn't she wear a bustier last year?
She has worn, yes, she wore, I believe, a denim one. Did you wear a denim bustier with a hair and a pony, if I recall?
And she was tan and she looked great.
She looked great.
I mean, she always looks great.
Yes.
What do you think she's going to wear to the Super Bowl? Should we save this for a Super Bowl preview?
We'll save it. We're doing a Super Bowl preview episode. Spoiler alert.
Coming at you Thursday.
Yep.
Okay. Enough on that. There's another fun little thing that happened.
Yes.
A'ja Wilson, reigning MVP of the WNBA.
Goat.
If you've listened to the Sports Gossip Show for some time now, you know that there was speculation that she was dating Miami Heat player and NBA star Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
And they, it was pretty clear that they're dating. They would tease each other on social media, but they never officially said it. And she shouted him out at her jersey retirement ceremony at the University of South Carolina.
It was so sweet.
So cute.
It was so cute. He was there sitting courtside, which was so lovely and beautiful, because I feel like we got like a tease of a hard launch when she was sitting with his mom at when he got the key to Miami or something like that, right?
That's what it was. Yeah.
That was like a medium launch.
Yeah.
I feel like having her there, but her explicitly shouting him out during the speech was like that's the hard launch.
That was a big time hard launch.
Yeah.
It was so cute. She said like my favorite Olympian because he was on Team USA. I also saw someone who said like I think they were matching. They had similar suits on.
That is true. Now that I'm visualizing their outfits, yes, that is correct.
I really respect a coordinated couples look. And I didn't used to, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I used to think I was like, okay. But then, unfortunately, I realized being married, if you coordinate, like not matching, but like same vibe, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, there are countless times where Cutter and I, my husband, leave the house and we're wearing pretty much the same outfit. We don't even have to plan the coordination.
Exactly.
And we're like wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, there are times where Tyler and I are like, oh, wow.
Yeah. We're like, oh, we're matching. And I'm into it.
I think it's a lovely thing, and I think that it shows the strength of Asian sports through fashion.
Okay, Esther Perel.
Yeah.
Doing a little marriage inspirational quotes here. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Do you still listen to Where Should We Begin?
No, but I did like that.
Yeah, I listen. For those who don't know, it's the show where this therapist has couples on her show and they're anonymous, but they're talking about their issues. Yeah. And I actually got to a point where I felt so grimy after I listened. I was like, I shouldn't know this.
It's like too personal.
Yeah, I'm like,
too personal. No. It was good for a minute, and then I was like, I can't. It's not a consistent listen for me.
No.
It's a little too personal.
But Esther, if you want to
come on the pod. Come on the pod, Esther. I mean, maybe she could come on the pod and just analyze some athlete relationships.
I would love to hear what she has to say about Bill Belichick and his young girlfriend.
More on that later. Well,
stay tuned
to the biggest story of the past 48 hours.
Maybe a year.
Well, yes.
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, a basketball story.
Truly, it is not hyperbole to say this is, I know we joked at the top of the show, this is the most shocking trade in NBA history.
Yeah, right.
Nobody saw this coming.
No. It is, I don't even understand NBA trades, and I was like, this is shocking.
So, okay, what happened at like 12:30, maybe a little bit before 12:30 in the morning on, was it Friday?
Saturday going into Sunday.
Right, Saturday. Yeah. News broke that Luka Doncic, the 25-year-old superstar of the Dallas Mavericks, who is regarded as one of the three best players in the world with Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, was traded in the cover of night to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. And it's a 3-team trade somehow with the Jazz, who get some people, but basically the Mavericks, in return for one of the greatest players, maybe of all time, really, they get Anthony Davis, who is a big man who's 32, who is an unbelievable player, has been hurt. Luka's also been hurt. We'll get into that. Max Christie and the Lakers' 2029 first-round pick.
Insane.
Which any basketball fan would tell you is an absolutely bananas town deal for a player of this caliber. They should have gotten like every first round pick in the world,
and like all the assistants and everyone who's worked for the Lakers,
like multiple different sports. Like throw some baseball prospects in there. So like
Shohei's gotten thrown into the mix.
Shohei is going to the Mavs. He's going, because Luka is worth it.
Yeah, right.
So it was absolutely wild because the Mavs also didn't shop Luka at all. They didn't tell anyone they were going to. Apparently, the GM of the Mavs, Nico Harrison, and the GM of the Lakers, Rob Pelinka, they only told like 2 other people. Yeah,
and they had been talking, I think, for a couple weeks in secret, which is impressive in just the sports landscape that news did not leak.
Big time.
I mean, that's impressive. Those people were on some deep NDAs.
They have
whoever
to be,
they
right?
told.
Because I'm of the belief that, like, if you tell one person something,
Yeah.
they're probably going to tell one other person.
Correct.
Even if that's like their spouse or whatever.
Yes.
Like, you know, if you really don't want someone to know something, just don't say it.
Don't say it.
But when it's a basketball trade,
Yeah.
you have to tell the owners.
Right. You got to tell someone.
You got to be, Rob had to be like, hey, Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, like,
Yeah.
think we're going to get Luka.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I have so much to say about this. Obviously, when the news broke, there was so much online chatter in the basketball community. Like, how did this happen? Oh my God. How did no one know? How did they not shop it around? But I think what I go back to, which I saw some people talk about online, is that Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka have a relationship. They've been friends for, I think, like 20 years, something like that.
Long time.
Back when Rob Pelinka was Kobe Bryant's agent and Nico Harrison worked for Nike. And so they had, you know, relationship through that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all signs point to like, he just wanted to do something with this pal. The deal of the century with this pal instead of shopping it around. I don't know. Maybe that's too oversimplifying it. But I'm like, I don't know. That's where I go.
I think these are two guys who think very highly of themselves, who think that they're both very smart. And I think that it's important to talk, like, to understand, because you think are the Mavs okay? Like, also, no. To get rid of him is an insane thing to do.
Insane.
However, Luka had issues with his conditioning, with playing defense. Like, people saw him as petulant, the way he would complain to refs. And last year during the finals, ESPN's Brian Windhorst, like, really laid into him and was basically like, it is up to him if he is going to get his act together to be as great as he can be. Like,
right.
And it is a team sport, right? But I think, and he's been hurt. He's had calf issues. Luka has. He's actually out right now. Anthony Davis, the star that the Mavs are getting in return, is also out with a stomach thing, an abdomen thing. And I just, it seems like the Mavs were probably just like, Nico Harrison was probably like, I am too important. And he probably felt disrespected by Luka. He was probably like, you're not getting in shape. You're not doing what we ask. And he was probably just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in a relationship with someone and like in your head, you're clocking everything they're doing. They're sort of clueless. They're like, oh yeah, you know, we fight sometimes, but like everything's fine. And in your head, you're like, this is over.
Yeah,
like I am
it's over.
done, but you don't tell them. And then finally you're like, we're breaking up. And they're like, sorry, what?
It's like Nico Harrison just got the ick.
He did.
He got the ick.
He did.
And you can't undo the ick once you have it.
That's what happened.
You can't undo the ick.
There's no other explanation because basketball wise, to give up a generational, Luka's 25.
Yeah.
Luka is 25 years old.
And the thing that obviously you know, but other people may not know, is like Luka was the face of the Mavs. Like, fans loved him.
Loved him.
To get rid of your star player who is also beloved by the city is something really has to go wrong, to your point. That ick has to be really strong.
That ick has to be,
he's out.
Right. So either he just got the ick, and this is an example of, like, when I first started working in sports, I was like, okay, if something happens that I don't understand, it's probably because the people who've been in sports for this long, who know what they're doing, they're just smarter than I am, or they know something I don't.
Yeah.
As time has gone on, I'm like, no, people just do really stupid things.
Right.
So it could be that Nico Harrison got the ick and made a very stupid decision based on it. It could also be, the charitable version of this is that the Mavs know something that the rest of the world doesn't.
Right.
About Luka.
Which more will be revealed if that's the case.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Lakers, even if there is something, the Lakers, I think, Madeline, are like the I can fix him team.
100%. It's LA. That's LA energy.
Yes.
It's LA energy. I think it's the wellness community seeping into the Lakers.
It's the Erewhon smoothie.
No, that's what I said. I'm like, he's going to move to LA. He's going to get an Erewhon smoothie.
Yeah.
He's going to go, I don't know, take Pilates at Forma, that celebrity, if you know, place in LA. Like, I feel like they're like, we can fix him here.
Yeah. You said
it's sunny.
You were like, this is a place where, before we were recording, we're like, LA thinks of itself as, if you've got an issue, like, come here and we'll
help you out. Yeah.
Also, like, everybody is really fit in LA.
Yes.
Like, I've never seen so much athleisure.
Yes.
So maybe they're like, Luka just being in this environment, he'll start wearing Lululemon and
right.
he'll work out. He'll run on the beach.
Right. I mean, that'd be amazing. I would love to see that happen.
I did have one comparison
What?
that I thought of that, like, if you're not a sports fan or if you're not deep in the NBA, the closest that, like, I was thinking, this was so shocking to the point where it would have been like if I had woken up and gotten an alert on my phone that said, like, Paul Hollywood, the judge of the Great British Bake Off, is leaving the Great British Bake Off to be on Severance. Like, to be on the Apple TV Plus show, the, like, serious show. Like, that is how much sense this made to me, Madeline.
Why do I feel like I could see that?
Yeah, okay, maybe
But
that's
I agree.
even more understandable than Luka to the Lakers.
Maybe so. No, I agree. I said this in my newsletter. I think all of what you're saying is correct, and I agree. And sure, there could be part of this that, you know, is it something we don't know? Is it that Nico got the ick? Is it, you know, Luka was eligible for a Supermax contract, aka he was about to make a lot of money if he stayed with the Mavs, and
Like $375 million across,
and so
4
Luka's
years.
losing like $116 million, I think, by not staying with them. That I'm sure there's a financial component, but I do think the reason, you know, people are like, well, why didn't they shop him around, you know? And like I said, Rob and Nico had this relationship that it's like when you could sell, I've said this in my newsletter, but it's like if you could sell a pair of shoes on Poshmark, on eBay, Vesti, or whatever, or you can sell them to your friend for just like a little bit of a discount, and you don't have to deal with shipping, don't have to deal with like lowball offers on Poshmark. You can just kind of like get rid of them easy. It's give it to your friend. It makes your friend happy for like a deal.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you rather do that?
Yes, except
Don't you think?
that this is a case where it's like you could have put a Van Gogh up for auction at Sotheby's.
Yes.
You could have, like, if you don't want the headache of dealing with a Sotheby's auction for millions of dollars, then, like, Nico, maybe you're in the wrong business, my dude.
I mean, that's true, but I think we're underestimating rich people.
I think you're right.
Rich people just give things away to their friends for deals or for free just because they're rich and like
Well,
they don't
also-
really care. I
Yes,
think. And he probably also had the ick, to your point. Like, it was a combination. He's like, I like my friend. The Lakers are cool. Whatever. I want to get this over with
That is
as quick as possible.
That is it. One doesn't happen without the other.
Yeah.
This undercover night trade doesn't happen without Nico Harrison having the ick, and Nico Harrison having the ick doesn't happen without being like, I got to get rid of him right now. And also he says, you know, he was like, I want Anthony Davis. He has a relationship with Anthony Davis.
Right.
Nico Harrison has also brought in a lot of guys to the team recently over the past year where people have been like, well, this isn't going to work. And then they made it to the finals last year.
Right.
So he's riding high on his own genius.
Yeah.
Where he's like, they doubted me when I brought in PJ Washington. And it's like, that's not Luka Doncic.
No.
Good player.
No.
So I think he's like, I think maybe he got too galaxy brain too, where he was like, I've made all these genius moves. Like, I can get rid of Luka. It's a team sport. We don't, and the Lakers, Rob, his good friend, is probably like, yeah, man, you don't need that guy. He definitely get rid of, I'll take him off your hand. Look, I'll help you out. I'll take him off your hands.
I feel like Rob is just sitting there like internally like, oh my God.
He's like,
be calm, be chill. I'm getting this Van Gogh for $10. Be chill. And like a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. Like, this is a steal for me.
Rob went to Home Goods and found a Monet.
And he had to be chill about it at checkout.
Yeah, he had to be like, totally. He was like,
They
really?
put it in a plastic bag.
He's like, it's that much? Oh, God, is it worth it?
Well,
Did you see, sorry, speaking of Rob,
What?
did you see the video of when Luka got to LA?
Oh, it looks like a hostage video.
It looks like a hostage, and he's doing the LA
Yeah.
with his hand, and I was like, oh,
and
God.
he looks like not well.
No, he looks very sad, and
He's
he
sad.
put out a statement.
I know.
Saying,
And his,
I thought I'd be in Dallas forever.
I know. And his statement like did not mention the Mavs organization. It's about the city, which I feel like was a good move.
Yes.
That was smart.
Yeah, he got completely blindsided.
That was a FU to the Mavs, to Nico Harrison in
Big
particular.
time. Big, and his dad went on like Serbian radio, I think, and just like cussed everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not, but that's what Serbian
Energetically.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that video, the end of it, I think this was on ESPN's just website that I saw it, where he, you know, gets off the plane. But then they had spliced together. It's just like a picture of Rob Pelinka and Luka sitting next to each other, and Rob looks like he looks like he just married a billionaire with no prenup.
Correct.
And he's wearing those stupid joggers that some sports guys wear that like go up to their calves.
Oh, I hate those. I hate those.
Hate those.
They're also on what looks like a party bus. It looks like they're in a party bus, does it not?
Yeah.
Because they're in or it's like a Sprinter van. It's like a Sprinter van that celebrities use to go to the Met Gala. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they have to stand? Do you know exactly the one?
I know exactly the one.
Tinted out windows.
Black leather seats.
And they have like black curtains on the inside. That's what it was.
There's something that makes it so much sadder thinking about the Lakers sending like a party bus Sprinter van.
With no party in it.
Luka.
With just Rob and his joggers.
I do think something very interesting about this.
What?
Is LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the reports are that they didn't know this was happening.
Which?
They're on the Lakers. If you don't know who LeBron James is, I can't help you.
No.
I don't know why you're listening to this.
I don't believe that for a second. I read a report that said that LeBron found out about the trade while he was at dinner with his family after the Knicks game.
In New York.
Yeah. Which I just don't believe. Every time they say that, they didn't know. Please. I don't believe it. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I don't believe it. I have no facts to back it up. I'm just going off of vibes. But
well, the reason you might not believe it is because everyone was like, LeBron James is puppeteering the search for the Lakers' next head coach last offseason.
Right.
When they were like,
yes,
oh, weird.
Yes.
The coach ended up being JJ Redick, with whom LeBron had a podcast. So I understand her skepticism.
Right.
The one thing that I feel like it is possible is because LeBron has said in the past he wants to play with Luka. He like lobbied really hard for Luka to come to his shoe brand at Nike. So maybe Rob was like, because I feel like if LeBron had known, that means his agent Rich Paul knows. That means so many other people know that it gets hard not to leak. So maybe Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss were like, we're going to take a risk here. Because the thing that I don't understand is LeBron was obsessed with Anthony Davis.
Right.
He kept saying like, this is AD's team, blah, blah, blah. So then they're like, let's take a risk of shipping out
that's fair.
LeBron's guy to bring in this player that he's probably going to be psyched to play with.
Yeah. I just don't believe it.
I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you. I think you make valid arguments, but I don't believe it.
At the same time,
I don't believe it.
Maybe they were like, we can't tell LeBron because this looks like we're getting ready to build a future without him.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That's
that is what it looks like, because when LeBron retires, whenever that is, like, they need their next superstar.
And they're the Lakers, so
they can't have like Joe Schmo.
No, and they're the Lakers, so they're like, they just get so lucky.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? We need a superstar.
You say as a Celtics fan.
Okay. LA's a sexier place to live than Boston, is all I'm saying.
I mean, that's true.
They're
I
like,
agree
do you
with
want to
that.
live in LA? And players are like, yes.
Yeah. Right.
They're like, would you like to go on the Paul Revere tour of Lexington and Concord? And players are like, no, can I just go to Nobu? I don't know.
No shade to Boston.
Well,
you can say it. You're from there.
I love Boston. I absolutely love Boston.
We know.
I actually I would rather live in Boston than Los Angeles.
Whoa. Okay. A hot take.
I like the East Coast.
I don't know if it's a hot take. Yeah, you're an East Coast gal.
Yeah, for anyone looking at me, it's like, yeah.
You're not. I can't see
it.
you. I can't see you in Silver Lake.
I kind of get mad when I go to LA. I'm like, the ocean's on the wrong side. And everybody's just
now
like,
this just makes me want to take you to LA and then we'll go surfing or something. I can't surf. I don't know why I just said that like as if I can surf, for the record.
You lived there for a decade. There are other places you could take
No,
me.
but for the record, did I ever tell you this time I did a surf camp?
No, but this feels like the time you bought a car at Costco, and I'm really locked in.
So when I was in, I think, middle school, my mom, we would go to California to visit family.
Yeah.
And for like a week, we were in LA for like a couple weeks. And so obviously for one of those weeks, I was like, I'll put the kids in camp, as you do.
Classic.
And so we did a surf camp in Malibu, and it was like celebrity surf camp. Pamela Anderson's son or sons were at the camp with us. And who was the other person? Oh, Dennis Quaid's son. Jack Quaid.
Oh my God, he's in movies now.
We're in the surf camp. We were like in middle school. It was a time.
How'd
If
you
you guys
do?
are listening, you remember that surf camp?
Yeah,
Our instructor got injured. It was a whole thing.
How did you not tell me this when I said that I taught Gracie Abrams how to sail? This is
That is so
energetically
true.
the same
It
story.
is the same thing. You're right. I don't know. I don't think I did very well. That was the only time I surfed, and then I surfed one other time in Costa Rica, and I did stand up, but I'm not good.
I feel like my window for surfing has closed.
It's
like there was a
closed.
time in my life where I would have gotten so like I love I would have been really into it, but now my back is like
Get to it. No.
it's
It's
like-
a lot of core strength too. I'm like, I don't have this.
that
anymore.
L4 L5 is gonna be screaming if I try to
Screaming.
get on a surfboard.
Screaming spine jokes.
Want to feel old? I have arthritis in my spine. Anyway,
Anyways, yeah, I'm very curious how it goes. I hope Luka gets an Erewhon smoothie, as I said. He's going to do some paparazzi walks, I'm sure, in Beverly Hills. He'll eat at Sushi Park. I can't wait.
Do you know I once went to Sushi Park with my husband?
Oh my God.
And
who was
this
there?
This is the craziest celeb moment I've ever had.
What?
We sit down at the bar.
Yeah.
And, you know, chatting, eating, whatever. It's amazing sushi. This couple come in, and there's this beautiful woman who, at the time, I didn't know who she was. And there's this guy wearing a Yankees hat pulled down low.
I think I can guess who it is.
With a mask on.
I know who it is.
And I have
Can I guess?
One sec.
Okay.
Because Tyler also immediately knew who it was. I have no clue. I'm sitting there chattering away. Tyler is like hitting my leg under the table, being like, oh my God, and I'm like, who is it? Who is it? And I was like, write it down. Take your notes app. Takes out his notes app. Who do you write down?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
And I want to try to guess the girlfriend.
You know.
What year was this?
2021? 2022? You know.
Camilla Morone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And we're sitting there. So we both go completely silent. And like,
I would die.
We couldn't have a conversation because we were trying to eat it.
Yeah.
Camilla Morone is like, I'm more of a whitefish girl. And I was like, oh, interesting. And Leo is like, can tell that we're just staring at him. And I was like, and so a server comes over and they're like, sir, would you like to move to the back of the restaurant? He's like, yes. And she's like, I like the bar. And he's like, we're moving. And I was like, sorry. But,
like,
but I was glad because we wouldn't have been able to like have a lovely meal.
No. I saw Leonardo DiCaprio one time at I think it was a Golden Globes party.
Yeah.
It looked the same. He was wearing like a baseball cap when everyone's in like cocktail attire. Yeah. I was like, dude, this is like an industry friendly party. What are we doing here? No one's going to come up to you at this party.
No one.
Be real.
Charlotte Wilder's not going to be there staring at you as you eat sushi.
She's like wearing a baseball cap at like a cocktail hour. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Come on. This is at like Catch. What are we doing here?
Catch.
Yeah. I don't know. Sunset Tower. I don't remember where it was. Anyways. Well, anything else to say on Luka?
I guess the only thing is that the reaction from other athletes was pretty funny.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes just tweeted, wait, what? Quarterback of the Chiefs. And then on the Suns, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, these NBA superstars, that you could see Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal on the bench being like, and Kevin Durant, you can kind of lip read. He says, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And afterwards, he was like, this is crazy. If Luka can get traded, none of us are safe.
None of us are safe, which is, I think that's an accurate statement.
It's true.
Yeah. None of us are. I saw Giannis also kind of said something
Did he?
similar.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Just kind of like, it's a job. None of us are safe.
Yikes. And I would argue that they are all being really good company men.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis waived some trade thing in he was like, fine, I'll go.
Yeah.
Luka's like, here I am in LA on the Sprinter van with Rob and his joggers. I'll go. They're being good company men.
They are loyal. Well, speaking of trades.
Yes.
Another trade happened that kind of got buried.
Yes.
With the Luka trade heard around the world. De'Aaron Fox, played for the Sacramento Kings, is headed to San Antonio to play with Wemby.
Ooh.
What do you feel about that?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think
it's not, is it shocking?
No, because there have been rumblings that De'Aaron Fox is going to get shipped out of Sacramento. Zach LaVine ended up going from Chicago to Sacramento. It was another 3-team trade, which just gets so confusing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who's getting what.
No.
Like, what are the Bulls getting? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It does to some people, but in this case, I think from a basketball perspective, the Spurs were always going to build around Victor Wembanyama, obviously, because he's like the next. No one's ever seen anything like him.
Right.
But I think that the people they've brought in recently, like Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes and now De'Aaron Fox, I think maybe they're saying like this is going to happen sooner than you might have thought.
I mean, I like that. I do love the image of going from Sacramento to San Antonio, two not main cities in those states. Like, do you think De'Aaron Fox was like, let me go to Dallas?
Do you think?
I mean, he's playing with Wemby. Like, no shade to
right.
San Antonio, but it is funny. Like, Sacramento, yes, is the capital and the home of Lady Bird, the famous Greta Gerwig.
Oh,
love that movie.
Incredible.
So good. I love that I could say that on this podcast.
Me too.
But it's like Sacramento.
I sobbed.
Oh, it's so good. Timmy in that movie, so good too.
God. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways,
I got distracted.
But even though Sacramento is the capital of California, it's like it's like it does not have the same sex appeal as LA.
No.
Or San Francisco.
Here's a question. Is Sacramento the San Antonio of California?
Ooh, yes.
Or is San Antonio the Sacramento of Texas?
I think it's the first one.
Energetically different places, obviously.
Yeah.
But within regard to the rest of their state.
Yes.
Oh, people from San Antonio are going to be so mad.
They're going to be so mad.
Look,
Sorry.
I've been. It's cool.
Yeah. Remember the Alamo?
I remembered it. That's
what I'm saying. It's like there's a lot of history in this. Sacramento's like, it's the capital.
Huh. Yeah, no, I see.
It's kind of similar. I don't know.
I once, at the draft, when Victor Wembanyama was being drafted, I followed him into the tunnel at Barclays. And I was like, can I interview you? And he was like, sure. And his people were like, he's going to the bathroom. No, you can't. And so I just waited outside the bathroom. And he came out and I was like, can I ask you, like, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm, my arm is fully outstretched and not even reaching his chin. And I said, can you say, remember the Alamo in French? And he said, what is the Alamo?
Oh, I'm sure he knows now.
He knows now.
He knows now.
He knows now. It was really adorable. He was so sweet.
He seems like such a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy.
And he cares so much.
I know.
I love people who care. He doesn't have a cool jacket on.
No.
He's taking that cool jacket off.
No.
Which is the coolest thing you can do.
Wait, we have more trade drama to discuss.
This is
it's too much.
The companies are copying.
They are transacting.
They are doing
deals. Business.
Big deals.
But this time it's
money.
This time it's in the WNBA.
Yes, it is.
What's going on?
Okay, we got a few things here. DeWanna Bonner is going to the Indiana Fever. Can I say something too?
Yeah.
When it comes to like the Timberwolves who are in Minneapolis, and the Fever who are in Indianapolis, I can never remember if it's the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Minneapolis Timberwolves, the Indianapolis Fever or the Indiana Fever. It's neither of the cities.
No.
It's just the states.
Just the states.
But for some reason that is in my head as I get so nervous anytime I have to say either of those teams. Anyway. Okay, so we'll just say Fever. She was with the Connecticut Sun, and she played there with her fiance, Alyssa Thomas.
Okay.
Alyssa Thomas was recently sent to the Phoenix Mercury.
Okay.
So people were thinking, well, maybe Bonner will go there to be with her, whatever. But instead, she's going to the Fever, where Coach Stephanie White recently left the Connecticut Sun to go to the Fever.
Okay.
So she's reunited with her and her fiance's old coach while her fiance goes to Phoenix. And I just got to say, that's got to be such a bummer.
That would be a bummer.
You're on the same team. You can live together. And then you just the companies just rip you apart.
Yeah. No one's safe.
No.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, maybe they'll be reunited. I don't know.
Yeah.
If she's being coached by her old coach, maybe she'll
be like, can we just get
cut a deal?
Can we
cut a deal? Yeah. I would hope that. Well, another WNBA couple is getting their wish and playing together.
Ooh.
Yes. Dijonai Carrington and NaLyssa Smith are reunited. They are dating. They've been together for 3 years. They started dating while they were at Baylor. Carrington was traded to the Dallas Wings from the Connecticut Sun. Speaking of Connecticut Sun. And then this was a few days after her girlfriend was traded from the Indiana Fever to the Wings.
The juicy thing about this is that NaLyssa Smith, people think, hated playing for the Fever. And Arike Gumbawale, who's a star in Dallas, tweeted she changed that bio real quick because NaLyssa Smith took the Fever out of her bio and put in Wings immediately, and she responded. She was like, "Let's effing go" or something.
She was locked in. She was like, "Thank God."
She was like, "Get me out of Indiana."
Yeah, and she gets to play with her girlfriend.
It's incredible.
How great is that?
So it's also something interesting is that the Connecticut Sun now have lost their entire 2024 starting lineup in the offseason.
Whoa.
So I don't know.
What's your prediction? You think it's gonna be good or bad
for the Sun?
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah,
because they were good. But I also think that playing with your significant other on a team is wild.
It's wild. I feel like there are a lot of pros and cons to that.
Yeah.
Because pros, obviously they can live together, presumably. You get to be with your partner for most of the day. But if you get in a fight, you still got to pass your ball to the teammate.
Say,
if you're on the court together,
you got to just
get in an argument.
Compartmentalize more than ever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, look, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, they host a morning show together. And I think about that with them too.
That's true. They do.
Across industries, it happens all the time.
It does. It does. Kelly Ripa was in my ballet class.
Oh, yeah. You
Did I tell you that? Kelly Ripa was in my ballet class.
Madeline,
Breaking news.
Madeline's like, I'm going to a ballet class. I'm schlepping out there. It
was kind of
far away from where I live.
Yeah.
And then you texted me in all caps, not Kelly Ripa in my ballet class. Yeah. And I was like, this is...
she did a good job, for a record.
Real New York.
She was doing a good
She looks
job.
like she would be a good ballerina.
She killed it. Get Mark in that class, too.
Where was he?
Where was he?
Lifting weights like a loser? I'm kidding. It's cool to be strong.
Cool. Be strong. Bone density. I was looking at buying one of those weighted vests.
Oh, that are
walking.
That our Pilates instructor told us about?
I feel like I should get one.
I don't know if I buy it.
You don't?
Believe it.
Really?
I'm going to ask my doctor.
Okay, let me know what your doctor saes. I trust your doctor.
She's a spine lady. Anyway, it's 2 spine jokes.
She's not spineless.
No. God. Dear Lord. Okay, we have some non-basketball stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on with Noah Lyles and Tyreek Hill?
Oh, my God. Noah Lyles, Olympian, track and field star. Tyreek Hill plays for the Dolphins. They're getting in a little bit of a tit for tat. So just a little bit of context. Lyles and Hill had challenged each other to a race after the Olympics.
Okay.
So, who can win?
Very male.
Okay.
Very male.
So flash forward to present day. Noah Lyles called out Tyreek after winning the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix 60 meter in his first top level meet since the Paris Olympics. And he held up a sign, like a written sign after he won, that said Tyreek could never.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious. And this was like right after he crossed the finish line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Tyreek respond?
So he did respond a couple hours later saying, get a load of this guy. So I feel like they're going to run 50-yard dash. I think it's going to happen. And I feel like it's going to be televised. It is going to be on Netflix.
So
if I had to guess.
Wow. Oh my God. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson part 2 is Noah Lyles.
Don't you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
You see it?
Here's what I'll say about Noah Lyles. For a guy who can call himself the fastest man on earth because he won the 100 meter at the Paris Olympics, which is what everybody, it's like you're the fastest person in the world if you can win this. There are a lot of people living rent free in his head.
A lot of people.
He said some like garbage about NBA players where, when you win a championship, when you win the finals, it's like you're the world champions because it is the best league.
Right.
If you are an amazing basketball player, no matter where in the world you come from, as evidenced by how many international players are in the NBA now, that's the best in the world. So that's why that you can say world champion. Sure, it's not like intergalactic play, whatever. And he said, I don't understand why they're called world champions, blah, blah, blah. And then to hold up a sign, to premeditate a sign
I know.
For not even that relevant anymore NFL player.
Yeah.
It's like Noah Lyles has so much trouble. He has such main character energy in a sport that is not a blockbuster.
Correct. Yeah.
And so he tries to loop in these other people to his plan so that he can be.
I think he just needs a reality show or something. I actually think that's what he's kind of craving because after the race, when he held up the sign, he told NBC Sports, quote, when you're ready to actually put some words down and you're actually ready to race, see me. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. But all I know is your football season's over. You ain't got no excuse now. Wow. That is the most reality show line I've ever heard.
Ever.
Put him on Real Housewives.
It's like WWE.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling. Real Housewives. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think his tagline would be?
Did they? Oh God, his
Housewives tagline. It would be a running pun.
I run my mouth faster than my feet, which is really saying something.
Yes, that's it. I don't even need to counter. Yes, but yes, I agree. It's like, what are you doing?
And sometimes I like it. Sometimes I like the theatrics. Because I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
But I think my point is Noah. You can be a big deal on your own, my dude.
I know.
But I think, didn't they try to was there a Netflix track and field thing? I feel like there was.
I feel like there was,
but it clearly didn't take off. I don't even know if he was in it.
I feel like there was.
They should have a reality show. You know how every show is sports specific now?
Yeah.
They should just get the messiest athletes together.
Yeah.
And be live in a house for a week and whoever's the fastest at the end wins.
I would love that.
Wait, that's a good idea.
Oh, Save that.
We shouldn't be good giving this away for free.
Don't give it away for free. That's
Everyone
a great
would
idea.
Watch that.
Everyone would watch that.
And Tom Brady's the host. He's way messier than he would like to think. Than he would like people to believe.
Correct.
Wow, that's wild.
Anyways.
Okay, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah.
Noah. Okay, here's something that you wrote about. Amazing newsletter. I did not, until your newsletter and Personal Foul, until this came into my inbox. I didn't know what NBA player Kevin Love has been up to on the internet.
Kevin Love, married to model Kate Bach, famously had a big wedding at the New York Library, plays for the Miami Heat. He has become a meme king on Instagram.
What is a meme king?
A meme king, I mean, it's someone who posts a lot of famous clips or screenshots to relate it to relevant news items. I feel like I'm giving a definition of a meme.
No, that's incredible. I mostly just wanted to know what you'd say. And you nailed it.
I said it. I feel like that's what I put in my master's thesis, some sentence like that. But no, he has gotten involved in the Jimmy Butler trade drama, which we've spoken about before. Jimmy wants out of Miami Heat. And I think
Kevin Love plays for the Heat.
Plays for the Heat with Jimmy Butler. And Kevin has taken to Instagram to react to the news and kind of support Jimmy, but also react to kind of the theatrics around the trade drama via clips from The Godfather, clips from Uncut Gems. It is so funny because he's posting all of these posts, and then in between it's a photo gallery celebrating Ralph Lauren winning a presidential Medal of Freedom.
Crazy.
And a happy birthday post to my wife.
That is crazy. You got to pick a lane, my dude.
Pick a lane. Kevin Love
that is weird. I did not see that coming from him.
It's not bad. He was asked about it. I think the Athletic asked him. He was like, "Oh, it's just all love. No one's mad about it." Which I feel like the front office, I would be a little annoyed if my employee was making memes reacting to the decisions we were trying to make.
I totally agree.
About another coworker.
Here's what I think's going on. Kevin Love I think he's my age. He's 35.
Yeah.
And he's facing the end of his career. And he's probably what am I going to do when I retire? I think a lot. I mean, a lot of athletes go through a crisis when they're oh my God, this is all I've ever done. What am I supposed to do? Maybe he's trying out maybe I'll just be a social media guy.
You know what? I think that's true. I also think these memes are performing really well on his Instagram. And so I think he's probably trying to boost his engagement. I would not be surprised. I would put money. He probably has a SpawnCon deal coming up down the line, and it needs to perform well.
Wow.
If I had to guess. I think he is doing it because he likes doing it. I don't think it's made up. But I'm these are engagement bait posts.
That's really smart. It's really smart. We'll see. Or maybe he's trying to land a deal.
Yes. And he's look how high my engagement rate is. My non-follower reach is crazy.
They're yeah, because you posted Steve Buscemi doing How Do You Do, Fellow Kids.
Yeah.
Sort of what it feels like.
Yeah. Anyways, he has not stopped, and I don't think he's planning on stopping anytime soon.
Rock and roll, Kevin Love.
Yeah, rock and roll. Rock and roll. I sent you something about our favorite couple. Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick posted something odd on his Instagram story. Can you tell our listeners what he posted?
I would be delighted to. So Jordan Hudson's 24, Bill Belichick's 73. He was a former coach of the Patriots, current head coach of UNC. And I'm a little concerned about both of them based on Instagram activity.
Yeah.
Because she's been posting a lot. Mm-hmm. And anytime someone posts a lot, I'm a little bit are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. She posted on her story pictures of roses that Bill had given her. And then she posted onto her main feed pictures of roses with a bunch of rose emojis saying when he has a stern exterior but or something.
Yeah.
So you're okay. And anytime people really start going hard on the look how much we love each other, I get a little suspicious. I'm
yes. Something.
Is this wishful thinking? Is something not going well? You're trying to double down? I don't know. Pure speculation. However, Bill, last night you sent this to me and I was you said just go look at Bill's story.
Yeah.
And our whole theory here, by the way, everybody, is that Jordan is running his Instagram account. And I feel 1,000% confident that that's correct.
Me too.
Because he has a book coming out and the caption uses big words again that are not necessarily what you would use and are in her voice. So she posted that he has a book coming out on his Instagram. And then 2 days later, his Instagram story is a very zoomed in picture of that post. And then the next slide is just a blurry slide, and it just has a line of text that's like www.amazon.com//linktree X501 ref number. Like, it is a link. It is a hyperlink written out that you can't click, because on Instagram, to click a link, you got to go to the little link thing and then put it in. You can't just put oh God, it was so painful, because I was like, oh buddy, what he clearly he was trying to do something himself.
I think they got in a fight and about the Instagram, and she's like, you don't know how to use this. I know how to do it. Just let me run it. And he's a stubborn man and said, I want to do it myself. Let me do it myself. And she said, you know what? Fine. I'm going to wipe my hands of this. You post yourself and let's see how it goes. And what do we end up with is a zoomed in photo of his Instagram. He basically shared his in-feed post about the book to his Instagram story, but zoomed in so much that it's like blurry.
You can't tell what it is.
Can't tell what it is. And then the next slide is just this text box that has Linktree language, but you can't click on it, obviously. It's the same way as when people, to this day, I have a PSA.
Oh, yeah.
People put those links in their Instagram captions. They don't work.
You can't click them.
You can't click them. What are we doing here, people?
I am not.
It's 2025. Yeah. Instagram's been around for over a decade. What are we doing here? Sorry, I had to say that.
Well, because in order to get one of those, you have to screenshot it, highlight the text, put it into a browser. No, thank you.
It's insane.
I'm not clicking it.
Guys, no links in Instagram captions.
We have been talking about how she is clearly running Bill's Instagram. I wonder if someone was like, hey, man, looks a little weird when you're posting in your girlfriend's voice.
Yeah.
And that got into his head about the relationship. They got into a fight. He sent her flowers. Then they got into another fight about it. And he was like, I'll do it myself.
And I checked this morning and his post was still up. So clearly, yeah, it's still up. I mean, I'm sure it'll expire in like the next hour after recording, but it's up for the full 24 hours, both
So
sides.
she hasn't gone in and taken it down.
No, that's why I think they're in a fight about it.
I mean, look,
come on.
Social media, if you're like, we are detectives.
Yeah.
This is basically like the Agatha Christie sports gossip show.
It is.
If you know how to read the clues, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. We're not digging deep.
No, this is all surface level stuff, everybody.
Surface.
And service. We are doing a
and
surfing.
Surfing. We're surfing the web.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay. You put something in here that made me laugh about Danielle Collins.
Yes. We talked about Danielle Collins last week, the tennis player who was booed by the Australian Open crowd after beating a hometown favorite. She ended up losing the next round to Madison Keys, who ended up going on to win the Australian Open, which we talked about. Congrats to her. But Danielle Collins said in that post-match interview when she beat the home favorite that she was like, oh, I'm going to go on a 5-star vacation with all this money. I'm going to go to the Bahamas. She went on her vacation to the Bahamas. I love that.
Incredible.
I love that. She went on her 5-star vacation as promised.
I like that she didn't change the location either. Like she said, I'm going to the Bahamas, and she was like, I am there.
I am in the Bahamas.
Because I could see myself saying that, be like, I'm going to go to the Bahamas, and then do some research and be like, actually, maybe I want to go to Turks and Caicos.
Right.
She was like,
She went on the vacation, which I love.
Good for her.
I love the pettiness.
I do too.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Speaking of pettiness, also,
what?
WWE.
Oh man. Marcus Freeman, head coach of Notre Dame, attended WWE's Royal Rumble with his wife and a couple of his kids. They sat ringside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Incredible.
I love it. It's so random. What a random event to go to, presumably obviously invited.
You know what
I love it.
I love it.
Kind of campy. I just think
it is.
It feels on brand.
1,000%.
Because he's not going to go to Fashion Week, which I want him to do so badly. He won't do it.
No, he won't.
But he'll go to a WWE.
But he'll go to wrestling.
Yes.
Look, this feels to me like something. If you told me that Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla went to WWE match, I would be like, of course.
Yeah.
Because he is notably like loves fights and encourages them.
Right.
Marcus Freeman doing it, who is like such a measured politician, seeming like inspirational, believe in your team guy, being like, yeah, I want to see some men in spandex like hit each other with chairs. Is such a beautiful. It also shows like more people love WWE than you think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's really, truly.
It's so good. I love it. If anyone attended the Royal Rumble and sat near Marcus Freeman, please let us know. I'm so curious.
WWE, I once wrote about it.
Yeah.
About watching WrestleMania for the first time, and it might be one of the most viral things. Wrestling fans still are like, are you going to watch WrestleMania? And so I went to one at Barclays, like Monday Night Raw or something.
We should go.
It's wild. It's fun.
I think we should go. It'll be fun.
But then I'm like, ooh, it's like, it looks like it hurts so much. I also went to an amateur gym where these guys were training, and they like taught me how to do some moves.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you have to, it is, yes, like it's scripted.
Yeah.
But it's so physically real.
Oh yeah. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Marcus Freeman, that's awesome.
What if he gets in the ring?
Oh, what if he gets in the ring and he's like Ryan Day? Ohio State head coach. He's like, Ryan, you won't. And then if Ryan gets in the ring and he wins, and he's finally beat Ohio State.
Oh my God, wait, that'd be so fun.
Why don't they do that more?
Pitch it.
Why don't we have more coaches calling out other coaches?
Oh, that'd be so good.
For wrestling.
Oh, they should. They should.
Bill Belichick in there. Never mind.
With who? The Patriots head coach?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, no.
With Robert Kraft?
Oh, yes. Oh.
That would be good.
That would not be safe for either of them.
No. Not a safe space.
They could like jaw at each other and then have other people fight in their stead.
Yeah.
Like outsourced duel.
Anyway. On that note.
I was going to say I watched Dune and Dune 2 this weekend. I don't know why I was going to say that.
Cool. Well, let's keep it in.
Think of duels. They duel in it.
I saw the new Keke Palmer movie one of them days.
How was it?
So fun. So good. Keke Palmer and SZA. Incredible. SZA. I mean, I love Keke Palmer. Do not get me wrong. But SZA kind of stole the show.
SZA is magnetic.
Yeah, it was so entertaining. I hope they make like 20 more of them.
Okay, I can't wait.
It was so good.
I can't wait to see it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, my main thought about Dune, I have to get this off my chest.
Please.
Okay, so it's a sci-fi thing, right?
Yeah, okay.
And they're like, and sci-fi things take themselves very seriously.
Yes.
So it's like, get to the ornithopter, because it's not a helicopter. It's like, it's something else.
Yeah.
And this is based on a book written in 1965, which is sort of wild, but like things are blowing up and blah, blah, blah. But then like one of the heroes' names is Duncan, Idaho. And I was like, okay, it took
you out.
It took me out of the world for a second. I was like, Duncan, Idaho is objectively the funniest name I ever could have made up.
That sounds like a player for Wisconsin.
Yes.
A college football player.
Duncan, Idaho. And it's Jason Momoa.
That's so good.
And his name is Duncan. I was like, I would name a dog Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah, that is a good dog name.
Anyway, I just had to...
Thank you for sharing.
Also, Timothée Chalamet's name is Paul, and his mom is Jessica, but they're in this like space agey world. I was like, and then someone else's name is like Schmishmash.
Yeah, it doesn't. The names are all over the place.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place. Anyways, thank you for coming to our movie review.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Okay, thanks for watching and listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yes.
It's been exciting to see things keep growing.
Yeah.
But we need you to keep telling people to listen to it so that more people listen to it.
Yeah. Please keep listening. Share with your friends. Share on social media. Share all the things.
And we'll see you Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Okay, goodbye.